Hi, my name is Arkady Zilberman. I am the CEO and founder of the Language Bridge Technology Company. You may find information about our technology on the website www.lbtechnology.net. In this video, part 1, I will share with you my vision for a successful language startup and review some of my articles published at https://elearningindustry.com. In video part 2, I will answer some questions asked by language learners on a popular website, www.quora.com. Startup has two options to become successful. First, to implement a new language learning product or service. Second, to disrupt the existing market by introducing disruptive technology or an application. Startup first clearly states the problem and then offers the solution that was never used in language learning before. The problem. All traditional methods of learning a foreign language belong to conscious learning or memorization that is characterized by an appalling forgetting curve, cross-translation, and inability to teach how to think in English. Due to these deficiencies, all traditional methods demonstrate a very high failure rate. The solution. Acquisition or subconscious training in language skills resolves the above problem and develops the ability to think in English and speak fluently in less than a year. As a startup founder, you will need to understand the principles of the subconscious training to be able to retrain the teachers and learners and give them the new tools that come with the new technology. All our skills and habits are performed subconsciously, such as driving a car, playing piano, typing, or speaking. It is surprising that we still learn consciously language skills by remembering grammar rules, words, and phrases. It is now high time to retire this approach and implement subconscious training in English skills. Conscious versus subconscious. We have two different systems of the mind. System 1 operates automatically with little effort and no sense of conscious control. System 2 allocates attention to the effortful mental activity and suffers from an appalling forgetting curve. In subconscious training, System 1, there is no forgetting curve. The cross-translation is eliminated automatically, and the English speech center is formed in a learner's brain in the course of multiple simultaneous repetitions. Below, I will give you examples of how and why all these new features and processes result in much faster acquisition of English skills. If a learner performs one or two actions, it is conscious learning or memorization. If a learner performs 3 or more actions simultaneously, it is subconscious training in English skills. This pragmatic definition differs from the concept of subconscious language acquisition described by Stephen Krashen 40 years ago. Krashen's acquisition theory advocates the principle first listening and then speaking, assuming that adults will copy the success that kids have demonstrated in the acquisition of the native language. The acquisition hypothesis was a great leap forward and introduced many concepts that remain valid now. For example, no learning of grammar rules and no corrections of errors. Use the subconscious process instead of conscious learning. However, it never became the mainstream method of language learning. In my opinion, it happened because the acquisition hypothesis was never developed as a method or application that could ensure indisputably the use of subconscious training. That is why many examples of subconscious learning provided by Krashen and other educators, for example, Steve Kaufman, according to the above definition, do not belong to subconscious training. For example, in subconscious training, all English skills, reading, listening, speaking, pronunciation, and intuitive grammar are trained simultaneously. Whereas in the acquisition hypothesis, listening, speaking, and reading are considered as separate environments which could be used for subconscious language learning. Subconscious training is student-centered, offers guided self-training by using a mobile application based on the new definition of subconscious training. I would like to stress that a teacher cannot create an environment for subconscious training. Only a mobile application can have a display with the text, a recording made by native speakers, and allows speaking with or without recording. All three actions performed simultaneously. For the sake of brevity, we would call these three actions performed simultaneously as simultaneous repetition. You may try simultaneous repetition using this video to observe firsthand its benefits. Cross-translation and the innate habit of thinking in the native language are stopped automatically. To do simultaneous repetition of this video, you need to follow the text of interactive transcript with your eyes. Listen to the video recording and speak simultaneously. You will need to use earphones during simultaneous repetition to avoid interference when all students in a class perform it concurrently. Subconscious training involves whole brain learning and priming implicit memory. Each lesson starts with the word cloud drill, accompanied with a relaxation music that activates right brain and ensures whole brain learning. Word cloud contains words randomly selected from a new lesson and displayed in 3D fonts and in different colors, which activate the brain's right hemisphere. The word cloud is displayed for about 60 seconds while relaxation music is playing. This drill invokes priming implicit memory, or so-called retention without remembering. Subconscious training is a drastically different approach from conscious learning. It attributes to misconceptions most of the tools which are popular with conscious learning. For example, learning grammar rules is not recommended, since in subconscious training, intuitive grammar is acquired by learner's brain in the course of multiple simultaneous repetitions. Native speakers use intuitive grammar that allows them to speak automatically. Another example, spaced repetition, that is performed when consciously learning a language with flashcards, is not recommended in subconscious training. Another example is that most traditional teachers consider corrective feedback mandatory in learning, whereas in subconscious training, it is substituted with a positive, indirect feedback based on achieved fluency. This ends the first part of my video presentation about my vision of a successful language learning startup that will decide to implement subconscious training in language skills and disrupt the traditional approach of conscious learning. Thank you.